What up, Cowboy fans and YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you in 2020. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're a little therapeutic, you know. Take a little bit of the edge off as the Dallas Cowboys hold us fans hostage for another day, as we all still await any kind of decision on if Jason Garrett's going to be retained or not, or the coaching staff retained or not, or what's going on. We were informed that all the coaches that had expiring contracts were told by Garrett that they can go out and seek other employment. I guess that was his goodbyes. There's a couple theories that people have going around, two major ones. One of them is that they are just holding on to him out of respect to get all his goodbyes out and stuff. And since his contract doesn't officially end until January 14th, they're just basically holding on to him as though he's a family member, like they keep telling him, until the date comes. Other theories are that they're just messing around and they're going to retain him outright. We don't know what the real theory is, because the Cowboys higher ups have now decided not to do any media. Not sure what that's about after all this time when they couldn't shut up in front of the media. But you can tell that it's weighing heavily on Jerry Jones, especially because for the last decade, you know, he tried his hardest to make Jason Garrett his Tom Landry. And you'd think what would have happened if he had this much love for Jimmy Johnson back in the day, where this franchise could have been, where we could be now if he'd have just had that kind of love for Jimmy. I mean, he brought him on because he said they were boys from way back. But you didn't give him much leeway when you let him go, because you wanted to run the team. Isn't that right, Jerry? You wanted all the credit. Well, now that you got all the credit and you've had the hand-picked head coach that you've wanted, out of 10 years, you've shown that he's not the guy for the job. You got the culture turned around, but culture doesn't mean crap if it doesn't lead to winning. You can have the worst culture in the world. You can have what everybody claims we are, a bunch of thugs and criminals and just scumbags. If these scumbags are up here winning 13, 14 games a year, going to the playoffs and seeing championship games and going to the Super Bowl, nobody's going to care about that. You walking around with a Lombardi trophy, they don't care if you're a scumbag. You know? But you're sitting here middling around 8-8 all the time, never making the playoffs, and just looking bad in a decade. Yeah, they're going to talk so much crap about you. You can have the most upstanding citizens in the world, as you do. A lot of your players are that upstanding, but it don't mean squat when it comes to winning. So we don't know what's going on. You know, there's pretty much media blackout as far as the Cowboys are concerned right now. The Redskins are knocking down all pegs and checking off everything off their checklists. They just got Jack Del Rio. They're going to keep O'Connell, I think is his name, their offensive coordinator, to stay with Dwayne Haskins. And you got Rivera as your head coach now. So, you know, it's a little backwards because you're going to need a GM that's going to work with all that and basically be wanting to work with all that to begin with, and Dan Snyder. But so far, it looks like they're building something. At least they have some modicum of a design on what they're doing. Cowboys, to our knowledge right now, have no clue what they're doing. They haven't given us any semblance of a direction. Like, I mean, unless they're doing stuff behind closed doors and they're just not telling anybody in the world, we don't know what's going on. They could actually have somebody in mind and they already contacted them. They just don't want to announce it yet. They, for some reason, have some kind of outright respect to Jason Garrett that they don't want to name the next head coach while Garrett is still in the building. And your Cowboys are probably the only team in history that will give this much to a coach that has no contract. And as other YouTubers have said, you wouldn't even have had a lame duck coach be there that long if he had no contract or was in a lame duck season. The players would have checked out long ago. He probably would have been fired halfway through the season for most teams. But Jerry Jones is sticking to his guns. So we'll just have to see. Just another day in the Dallas Cowboys hostage crisis. It's completely different than when Zeke Elliott or Tank Lawrence were trying to hold the team hostage for their paydays. Now it's the team holding the fans hostage, trying to get rid of a head coach. Oh my God. Oh, sorry about that. Just saw somebody's car just like completely blow up on the street. I don't think he hit anything. All I saw was a car just boom. Smoke everywhere, car pieces flying. Man, I hope everything's okay. Man, don't let the uniform fool you. I'm not a cop. But I hope somebody calls in to help him, because he's going to be blocking lanes with his car blown up like that. But anyway, people with their motorcycles squeezing in between cars, dangerous. Yeah, we're just stuck in this circle. We're in a circle pattern. We're at the airport. We can't land because the Cowboys are saying the airport is closed right now. This is Die Hard 2 with Dallas. You know, they're sitting there telling us that we can't land. We're just going to have to hold in a circle pattern until we run out of gas. Well, we'll see what happens. All we can do is sit and wait. I hope you have a great first New Year's Day. It's 2020. New things are happening. We just don't know what it is yet. Hope you have a good one. And happy hump day. Peace.